And Bert, Mom, and Papa called their little boy Ned. Raised him on the banks of a riverbed, on a houseboat tied to a big tall tree. That was a home for my papa and my mama and me. The clock strikes 3 and Papa jumps to his feet, and already Mama's cooking Papa something to eat. At 1:30, Papa, he's ready to go. So he jumps in his pirogue and he heads down the bayou. He's got fishing lines strung across the Louisiana rivers. He's got to catch a big fish for us to eat. He's catching anything he can. He's got to make a living. He's a Louisiana man.
Muskrat hides hanging by the dozens. Even got a lady make a muskrat's cousin. Got 'em out drying in the hot, hot sun. Tomorrow Papa's gonna turn 'em into mud.
The trapping industry in coastal Louisiana has been a cornerstone of the local economy since the 1700s. It flourished in the early 1900s, becoming a multi-million-dollar industry, and Louisiana became known as the sportsman's paradise.
It's even written on our license plates, and so many songs tell the story of early Louisiana settlers living off the land, following game, and selling and trading meat and furs across the country through the port of New Orleans.
Dad Jack, he was a hunter, a trapper, and all that stuff. So he'd follow the fish and the gators and whatever the season was. That's where he'd dock his houseboat. Yes, if it was fish, he'd go where the fishing was, hunt ducks or whatever it was. He was trapping, mink, muskrat, whatever it was. He'd just follow it, and we'd go with him. It was kind of neat. Louisiana, where I'm from, it's got to be the best sports place in the world because there's everything. There's everything.
The segment of the song you just heard describes early settlers who found paradise in Louisiana. It tells of the abundance of fish in the bayous, ducks in the marshes, frogs and crawfish in the fields, and squirrels in the woods. It tells of men and women who were some of the best citizens in the world that cooked and made a happy home with what was available to them.
The lyrics of that song hold true today in Louisiana, where the woods and waterways offer not only a means of survival, but a way to experience and share nature with family and friends, preserving the values inherited from our earliest ancestors.
It's this feeling that you get from going out hunting and fishing and having a successful day, and then you clean it and prepare it and eat it, and even if when you're sharing and feeding with your friends, you have a party, something feels good about that, and it's just that missing space, like who we are. I think a lot of people in this world, if they had a taste of that life, they would probably, realize that that's what they're missing too. And I just so happen to be a solo dad. I'm raising a little baby daughter. She's very in tune with those things, though. She knows that when I catch a fish, what it's for. So she knows what it is that's in the pot. So now she puts it together, the taste and how I got it, I think it's very important that I have her around these things because this is something that's missing in human culture. Seeing where the food comes from, but even knowing where it's coming from and how it was processed. I saw these things growing up. I just kind of grew up around people raising their own food and hunting for it, and just to come here to South Louisiana and see that a little bit more than a quarter of the people here really do have a sense of nature and what nature has to offer to them, the food, and they can actually the abundance that they have, here in this one state. The whole state really is sportsman's paradise. You can go to North Louisiana, they got some great deer hunting and turkey hunting, things like that. I think people even starting to do some bear hunting. You come down here in these areas, they got deer hunting too, and they got turkey and things like that, but a lot of great fishing holes. And then we have our brackish water regions where we can catch a lot of saltwater fish, and it's really great here.
For many generations, Louisiana has provided the opportunity for its settlers to live off of the bounty of the land. While this necessity may be a thing of the past, Louisiana continues to provide a way to pass on family traditions, and to instill a sense of environmental stewardship in current and future generations.
What did I do to deserve this life? This is beautiful, man.
Le manger est bien bon, ça fait un nez content. Et le groove de la vie, à l'aise comme une belle chanson. Tout quelqu'un est vaillant, ça fait de bons voisins.